The Fallen are a nomadic race of intergalactic scavengers and pirates. They are all that remains of a once greater civilization. Their society is divided into various houses, led by their Kells. They search the stars for any artifacts of their lost civilization. When they arrived in the solar system soon after the collapse, they declared all worlds that once belonged to humanity now belong to the Fallen. The Fallen call themselves Elixni. The Fallen once encountered the Traveler. Perhaps the Traveler once favored them, as it favors the Guardians now. This could be why they are called the Fallen. They lost the Traveler and their great civilization in a cataclysmic event known as the Whirlwind. It is possible this event was much like the collapse, and brought about by the darkness. The Fallen now seek to reclaim relics of their former glory, in particular the Traveler. Fallen have 2 pairs of arms. The Fallen can regrow their arms if they are lost, but it is unknown if this is a biological function or through some sort of medical technology. Dregs, the lowest rung of the Fallen ladder, have their 2nd pair of arms removed, as they are considered unworthy to have them. Fallen consume ether to survive. Ether is only produced by their servitors, who convert the scavenged materials of the Fallen into it. Higher-ranking Fallen are given more ether, and this causes them to grow in size, hence why captains are much taller than Vandals or Dregs. Many years before the events of the game, the Fallen houses of Devils, Kings, and Winter allied to assault the last city. The House of Wolves were invited to join the battle, but when traveling from the outer solar system they were intercepted by the Awoken of the Reef. This was a serious push to take the Traveler from the last city. They managed to take the fort, but Lord Shaxx led a counterattack that reclaimed the fort and drove the Fallen from the city. Since so many Guardians were slain, Fizel Crocs made the Galahorn out of their armors to honor their memory. Fearing not enough Guardians remained to defend the city, Lord Shaxx created the Crucible to train new Guardians. Fallen society is broken up into various houses, who are openly hostile towards each other for the most part. Houses are ruled by their Kell, who is the political leader of the house and commands a ketch, massive spaceships that they call their home. Prime servitors are worshipped as gods by the Fallen, and the followers of the house are zealously devoted to their banner. Archons are the priests and the engineers of a house, communicating with the prime servitor and the Kell to help keep the house in order. Houses require all 3 to be stable. Without a Kell, the house often turns on each other. Without an Archon, the prime servitor is vulnerable, and without their prime servitor, a house cannot make new servitors or produce ether. The House of Devils, on Earth, are encountered right at the beginning of the game. They don red cloaks. Their Archon Rixus is killed in an early story mission, and their prime servitor, Sepix Prime, is fought during the Devil's Lair strike. The House of Exile, on the Moon, are known for their green cloaks. They fight to live on the moon despite the hive occupation. The House of Exile is a small house made up of the exiled runaways and the rebels from other houses. Not much is known about their political structure, but it is said they serve no Kell or Archon. The House of Kings maintains a presence on Earth. They don yellow cloaks. Unlike other houses, the Kings prefer to hide in the shadows, manipulating other houses such as the Devils. Not much is known of the Kings, but they hide close to the last city, gathering as much information as they can. The House of Rain is an ancient house that perished in the Whirlwind. They believe that one day a fallen warrior would rise. He will heal the houses and make them whole. This is the prophecy Skolas, the Kell of the House of Wolves, believes himself to be. What Whirlwind whisked away will be rewrought, and every Kell and Ketch will kneel to the Kell of Kells. The House of Winter make their lair on Venus. Their cloaks are of a pale blue. They are notable for successfully breaking into the Prison of Elders, a maximum security prison in the Reef. They freed Axor, the Archon of the House of Wolves, though it was slain by Guardians a short time later. They also have interest in the technology of other races, attacking both the Ishtar Academy of Humanity and the Vex Citadel. The House of Judgment is located in the Reef. It is a very old house from before the Whirlwind. Since then it has been forced to live in the shadows of other houses, obeying their Kells and worshipping their prime servitors. When the House of Wolves was defeated by the Reef, the House of Judgment also swore fealty to the Queen. Varix the Loyal is the only member of House of Judgment seen in the game. But when the House of Wolves betrayed the Queen, The House of Judgment remain loyal to her. The House of Wolves are the titular enemy of Destiny's second expansion. They were caught off guard by the Awoken when they were traveling to Earth to join the Battle of Twilight Gap. Their Kell, Varaxis, the Kell of Wolves, was slain during the battle, and during the civil war to decide the new Kell, Queen Marasov of the Awoken assumed control of their house. She imprisoned the nobility of the Wolves in the Prison of Elders. Skolas, one of the strongest of the House of Wolves, escaped from the Prison of Elders and declared himself the Kell of Kells, and the House of Wolves rebelled against the Queen and the Reef. Seeking to unite all the houses under his banner, the Guardians prevented them from gaining any allies, so they infiltrated Vex structures on Venus, including the Vault of Glass, and tried to utilize their technology. However, Skolas was recaptured by the Guardians and returned to the Reef. Guardians later slew Skolas in the Prison of Elders.